Welcome to the Geek XPUR. Bran I am. A new review for Star Wars Rebels, have I?
Hey everybody, like I just said in the worst Yoda impression ever, we're here for our next review for the newest episode of Star Wars Rebels, in which we got to see some interesting bits about Sabine. In the newest episode, the Protectors of Concord Dawn, the rebels have to try to get safe passage through the Concord Dawn system, which is held by the Protectors, which is a faction of Mandalorians. Now, we got to see a lot of Mandalorian action in the Clone Wars with the sort of civil war they were having against Death Watch, led by Pre Vizsla. And so now the Rebel Alliance has to decide, do we try to get this safe passage through this system via diplomacy or by show of force? Because since these guys are Mandalorians, they respect strength. They decided to go with diplomacy. And so Hera and Sabine show up and they're like, hey guys, wanna let us fly our ships through here maybe? Huh? And the Mandalorian, the Protectors, are led by this guy named Fennrau, and he's like, nah girl, I'm already outside with the Empire. They're paying me big money to make sure you guys, whatever, I'm working for them. So he shoots them down. Hera gets like torn to shreds, but she and her awesome skills helps the rest of, or most of the rest of Phoenix Squadron get away. Some of them do not escape. When I saw Hera, she comes out of hyperspace, and her ship's all messed up, and she's all hurt, and I thought Kanan was gonna lose. I thought he was gonna go berserk, and we were gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be an episode about Kanan being tested, keeping his emotions in check. However, it sort of changed. Did not follow my expectations, and instead we see Sabine show a little bit more of her Mandalorian grit and vigor for fighting, as her mother figure, Hera, has now been deeply wounded by sort of her countrymen. And she's not too happy about that. So when Kanan sneaks off to try to see if they can give the Protectors a second chance, because General Sato is just like, no, we're gonna fight. We're gonna take this now. That's not gonna do. And Sabine's like, yeah, let's do that. But Kanan wants to give them a second chance. So Sabine sneaks onto his ship to go down there. And we get this cool little bit of espionage, but then a very Western-feeling sort of standoff as he goes to, when Kanan goes to speak with Fennrau. He knows him from the Clone Wars. There's a battle of Megiddo that Kanan was on that Fennrau participated in. He and his fighters helped keep them alive during the Clone Wars. So we get this cool moment with some Western music. He pulls out and puts together his lightsaber and puts it on the table. Sort of like in a Western when the mysterious stranger comes into the tavern and he puts down his gun and just like, I know who you are. You know who I am. Maybe not by name, but by reputation. That sort of thing. And that's really cool. And Fennrau's like, you know what? Nah, the Empire's paying me a lot of money. And I'm done fighting wars for the losing side. Then we get even more cowboy stuff, because when Sabine gets caught and they get pulled outside to, sort of deal with that, she declares single combat against Fennrau. And when this also happens, we go back a little bit, and the other Mandalorian's like, you stole your armor because we're Mandalorians, and you can't be Mandalorian. Burr, burr, burr. And we already knew that Sabine was House Vizsla. There's this cool moment. She's like, I am from House Wren she's Wren of Clan Vizsla. And everyone's like, oh, your Death Watch is bad. It's just like this really cool moment. And she's like, well, my mom was Death Watch, but I'm not. But I am a badass. Don't you forget it. And she proves it when she gets this cool little standoff when she and Rao are sort of staring each other down. She's like, I'm out for blood. But not really. But we think that she is. And she is just like a total boss. And boom! Shoots Rao's gun right out of his hand. And then bloop, blows up all their ships except for Rao's, but she didn't get to. Plot. So this awesome moment happens. Kanan, whips out the lightsaber and helps her get away. And they jump onto his ship, or he jumps onto Rao's ship as he's trying to get away to alert the Empire. And then they capture him. So now that he's captured, he doesn't want the Empire all over the Protectors' area of space. So for the time being, they have the Protectors on their side. Or they can at least use that. They don't have them as allies as much as they can use that sector of space to fly through. Which is tenuous. Because Rao's no pushover. As soon as he can get away, he will, and then that's going to be a problem for the Rebels. So we'll see if there's any negative repercussions for that. I mean, he might have some respect now, and he might just sort of let it go, since Kanan sort of outdid him. He and Sabine alone sort of crippled them for a bit. But yeah, it was really cool. And then we had this nice moment where Hera is awake, and Sabine comes in with Kanan to see her. She hears, "Oh, we're taking prisoners now." And we get this nice little moment where Sabine really is just like, I really care about you guys. Because she does see Kanan and Hera sort of like the father and mother figure of her. Which is sort of like, if you guys don't know, the creators very intentionally have these characters sort of fill family roles. Zeb being the older brother, Sabine the older sister, Kanan and Hera being the mom and dad, and Ezra being the youngest child, and Chopper's the cat. And so I like that they're actively showing us these relationships, because those are the things that make a show of really good qualities. When the characters' relationships are believable and really, really fun and nice to watch. So I really enjoyed that. Excited to see what happens in the next episode. I'm interested in your guys' thoughts on the series, on this episode, where the season is going, where you guys think it's going to go. So comment down below. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is the Geek XP, trying out a lot of different things. We got Pokemon, we've got these new reviews, we've got reactions for Steven Universe, which is the big one, and other stuff to come as I find the time. I'm currently working on a freelance project, so that's why there's a little bit slower uploads happening, but that aside, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have been awarded some Geek XP, and I will see you all next time.
May the Force be with you.